Warcraft is directed by Duncan Jones, and it stars Toby Kebbell along with Ben Foster and a few other people in there that I haven't really heard of. And is a movie based on a huge video game that I never played, and is a movie that I have not been looking forward to in any sort of way. I was somewhat intrigued about the concept of this movie because I've heard about the game Warcraft and World of Warcraft, and from what I understand, it's a pretty fun game. People get addicted to it, and it's like a fantasy movie. My favorite movie is The Lord of the Rings, so I love fantasy movies, the big epic kind of stuff. And so I was intrigued by the concept of this movie, and when I saw the first trailer, I was like, that doesn't really look as good as I would want it to be. And then none of the other trailers got me excited for it. I started feeling just no excitement for this movie, and going in, I was like, okay, I don't expect to be blown away because the trailers didn't show me much, but hopefully this is just a cool, fun adventure movie. Got some fantasy, some orcs in there. I could deal with that stuff. That's my kind of stuff. And this movie just did not grip me in any sort of way. I was really, really let down in this movie. Like, I didn't expect much, but it went so far below what I even expected. I just was not gripped with this movie. The movie starts off with this scene, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a cool opening. This is gonna be like a cool fight scene in the beginning of this thing. And then it just jumps to it just jumps into the story, and it jumps into this world that I don't know anything about. It didn't set anything up. And that's fine if a movie does that, let me discover the world for myself, but it didn't tell me anything. And there's so many rules and things in this world that I just don't understand. And maybe people that played the game know all the things that are going to happen, and they understand they can get some enjoyment out of this, but I did not at all. And I was not gripped. I thought that some of the CGI it looked pretty cool, but some of it I felt was like, ugh, a little bit really bad. And then none of the acting was exactly bad, but I wasn't blown away by anybody. I wasn't emotionally involved with any of the characters. I didn't care about any of the characters, and I just wasn't gripped at all by anything in this movie. And the longer it went on, the more I just became less and less interested. And I found myself just zoning out, just not caring, waiting for it to end. None of the action scenes really impressed me. None of anything impressed me with this movie. I really, really ended up disliking this movie. Maybe it's just because I just was not able to get intrigued within, the first 10 minutes. And I just kept losing interest from that point on. But I just couldn't get into this world. I didn't care about any of the characters. I didn't really understand what was even happening. I feel like there's so much to this world and so many things that the gamers will understand that it just went over my head, and I just did not care about this movie. I really ended up not enjoying it. It's supposed to be this big, huge movie. They spent a lot of money on it, and I feel like it is going to be a big bomb because there was not anybody in my theater. I really can't recommend anybody seeing this movie. If you're not a huge fan of the game, I don't think you're going to enjoy this movie. And I ended up kind of hating this movie. I'm going to give it a half a star out of 5. Half a star only because I felt like the director tried, I hear such great things about this director, Duncan Jones, and I don't know, maybe for fans of the game, they'll really get into it and get a kick out of whatever, but for me, I just could not get into it, and I ended up really not liking this movie, and, it's disappointing for me because I want Lord of the Rings type of movies to be more of a thing because I love Lord of the Rings, and I want to see more fantasy type of stuff, but it is not happening with this. I hated this movie. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this and you want to see more reviews from a guy like me, Tom Waterloo, then please like and share this video, leave a comment down below, and most importantly, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.